All right, boys and girls, we are back in the mountains. As you can see on my last trip, I was unsuccessful. This trip, we're going to be a little bit different. I'm hoping we get another shot at one of those does. Now, it's going to be pretty bitter cold, so as you can see, I brought the truck. And I have firewood, and I have my hot tent again, and we're going to get after it. So we're going to actually still hunt this afternoon, and I'm keep saying we because I have some buddies actually come to meet me, which is nice. So we're going to have, I think, 4 guys as of tomorrow. We're going to meet here at, like, say, 7 o'clock, and then we're going to kind of do some still hunting, some, wouldn't really call them man drives, but just kind of walking the mountains with maybe some folks kind of scattered out. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get my tent out before this big snowstorm comes in, if it even amounts to anything. Who knows? I don't trust weather people that much. I'm gonna get this tent out real quick and try to get my spot claimed and get working. Roy just got here, getting all of his tent set up. Still spitting snow off and on. So it's about 2 o'clock. We're gonna have to get rolling if we're gonna go and hunt the last few hours before dark. We shall see. We are actually at the campsite where I stayed last weekend. The saddle's around the other side of this mountain. It is frigid with this wind, and so what I'm gonna do is just start really creeping. I've kind of cooled off now, got some water. I'm just gonna creep over here and see if I can catch anything moving. I'll hunt here for about another hour, and the sun should be going down pretty good. I won't hunt here until pretty much dark, and then make the trek a couple miles back to the truck. Wish me luck. Well, I have no clue what the temperature is, but the wind's blowing right in my face. I made it up to the saddle, so I'm gonna hunt here for the rest of the night. We don't have very long, maybe about another hour. And so I'm just trying to tuck in and see what I can do. Wish me luck. It's been a long time since I've been this cold. Let me tell you, my feet are starting to go numb now. I think I got about another 5 to 10 minutes in me, and then I'm getting the heck off this mountain for tonight. I still got like a mile and a half or something like that walk home, and it's maybe got another 20 minutes of daylight anyway. So, but man, the wind's cutting right through me. Well, I think that's gonna about wrap this up. It's now dark. We're getting very dark, and then the snow's moved in too, so it's making it pretty hard to see this bottom now. And I'm gonna glass one more time, and I'm bouncing home. Time to get some dinner. That night it got down in the teens, and it was just really nice to have a hot tent. As always, big fan of these things. In fact, the next morning, about 5:30, I could hear everybody's tents opening up, And everybody rushed to get coffee and then came into the hot tent to warm up and get ready for the morning hunt. What is this thing called?
AeroPress. Like a little French press.
Oh. So it's not like my instant coffee?
No, it's better than that.
You gonna give me a splash?
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, boys and girls. We're setting up our little deer drives now. We're gonna push a ridge that we pushed a couple years ago that we had a lot of good deer in. So we have 2 dudes that ended up showing up in camp. One showed up this morning. And then we actually met a couple hunter. Well, we met a hunter when I was walking out last night that he just seemed like a good fit for us. So I said, hey, look, we'll be here, meet us here at 7 o'clock. And sure enough, he showed up with a buddy. And so we now have 6 guys. So we have four standers and 2 walkers. And so we're going to get rocking and rolling. I'm probably not going to pull the camera out yet. It's pretty cold. I don't have a whole lot of battery life, so we'll see what we can do. Wish us luck. All right, boys and girls, so I am sorry that this video kind of came to an abrupt ending. The biggest thing is, there were some other guys there. I didn't want to film the whole thing, and the real reason is we were setting up the drive for the very first part of that second day, and what I was doing is I was climbing up a mountain. And then the guys were going to come and line the bottom of the mountain. But what happened was they accidentally pushed up a little bit too high, and it turned the drive around the opposite way. So as I was hiking, out of breath, didn't have the camera ready, a doe came 25 yards away from me, hauling, but she stopped, and I had time to get the gun on it. And the gun hang fired. Muzzle loader, it happens from time to time. And, like, the cap went off, and I literally, like, took the gun off my shoulder to look at it, and it went off. And so the other guy that was driving with me was like, should we go look for blood? And we did, but I was like, man, I was probably 15 feet over that deer. I wasn't even looking down the sight at that point. So the deer got away, and then for the rest of the day, I was in my feelings. I don't want to lie to you. I was like, this is stupid. What am I doing here? I messed up my one shot. And that's how my season ended. So it is what it is. I'm not mad about it, but after that, I just didn't want to film anything. We still hunted hard the rest of the day. We ended up walking somewhere around like 9 miles. Just never really got on many more deer. In fact, the last drive, we did push out 3 good does. They were every bit of 200 yards. I was way up on top of this ravine. It was a huge drop off, real steep stuff. And I saw them running down there, but they just got by the standards and just nothing we could do. So it was a good day. Like, much rather be doing that than working, right? But I didn't do a very good job about trying to end this video properly with proper filming and everything else. So I do apologize about that. It was my first year trying to film hunting. It was definitely different than what I thought. In fact, I had plenty of chances early season at deer, and never pulled the trigger thinking maybe, we'd have a better chance at a buck, or I would shoot does later in the season. So it just, it was definitely a learning experience. I plan on trying it again next year. Of course, we have our big hunt of 2025 coming up, where we're going to go to Idaho for an elk hunt. That will be rifle and bow. So really looking forward to that. Now fishing season starts. Maybe some spring turkey in there. Who knows? But I appreciate you guys watching, especially if you made it this long. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one.